Back to River City Live. This week, many students walked into classrooms with that new school year energy, but for many children who suffer from anxiety, the back to school feeling is one of stress and struggle. Today, Erica is here to share how parents and teachers and caregivers can be supportive of those students. Erica, we're so happy to have you on River City Live today.
Thank you for having me too. I'm really passionate about this topic and I can't wait to just talk more about the stressors that our high performing students are facing daily.
Exactly, and I know that I came from a generation of a very high-performing group of kids. Like, we all just wanted to do well and be better. My parents would joke with me, though, that I was 14 going on 45 because I was just ready to break down at any moment because I was so stressed about grades, about sports, about everything. And kids these days are dealing with even more in 2024. So what do you feel are like the biggest catalysts or stressors when kids are going back to school and dealing with academics?
Absolutely. So as a therapist that works primarily with high performing kids, I can tell you that they're in their honors classes, they're in AP classes, they're in IB programs, and a lot of stress comes with that. So they're dealing with stress related to imposter syndrome, feeling like they shouldn't even be in the classes with other high performing students. They're dealing with anxiety related to high expectations, and not just the high expectations that come from adults, but the high expectations that they place on themselves. And they're also dealing with things, just anxiety period, that can lead to headaches, stomach aches, self-sabotaging thoughts, feelings of not wanting to try anymore because they just get so overwhelmed in trying to keep up.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful that students and parents and caregivers have someone like you who sees these things and identifies with these things. I know that was such a change for me in my education when another adult saw me, understood, and validated the fact that I was having anxiety, that it wasn't, you weren't just being a worrywart. So when you are talking about tools that parents, families, and teachers can incorporate into their students' lives, what do you like to direct them to?
Absolutely. So one of the first things I like to do is start with a good foundation. Let's lay out some boundaries. What is it going to look like when our kids are in what I like to call the green zone? Mm-hmm. And this is where, yes, they're stressed, but they're still functioning. They're still able to get up and get their schoolwork done. They're still social. What's our yellow zone behaviors, where things are starting to decline with mental health, academic health, and maybe physical health, and we need to start reaching out for some resources. And then what are our red zone behaviors that we may see that let us know our kids are struggling? We need to get professional help immediately before this gets any worse.
Right. So when it does come to professional help, number one thing I want to just me telling parents or caregivers out there, it is okay to get the help that your child needs. Please get that to them, because sometimes you need someone outside that family zone to connect with that child. Like, I know that I had that and it was so helpful. And so what do you incorporate with your practice and families that come to you and say, like, okay, Erica, we need you now?
Right. So we do a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, and what that means is that we help kids identify those self-sabotaging thoughts and figure out how they want to reframe, equip themselves with more empowering thinking strategies so that they can feel confident to manage the year. And not only are we providing mental health therapy with the CBT, but we're also giving them executive functioning skills training. So what does that mean? We're showing them how to get organized. We're showing them how to organize their backpacks and folders, how to break big projects up into small manageable tasks, and how to plan for the week so that they're not staying up until 2 a.m. trying to get their work done the night before.
Right, exactly. And which actually adds to an additional stressor. I'm so excited to hear about all of these things because I know that there are things that can truly help your students, because I know I went through those same things. Having an Erica in your life is truly something that is unique and game-changing, and it sets you up for success as an adult, because if you can identify these skills and gain these abilities to, like you said, manage your own emotions, manage your schedule, it also teaches a kind of independence for students, and you can start that at a young age.
You are so right, and we want to catch this before our kids go off to college. They're here with us now. We can support them now, so let's give them the help that they receive now, that they need to receive now. And another reason this is so important is because, as we all know, a lot of our high performers don't like to admit that they need help.
Oh no, absolutely not. We will. I got it until I got it off a cliff. You know what I mean?
I say the exact same thing.
Until we're just absolutely drowning, and like, okay, it might be help.
Right. So it's important to go ahead and normalize now that it is okay to make mistakes. And we need to do that before our high performers graduate into the real world and are running billion-dollar companies. So it's okay to make mistakes. We can recover from anything. Let's learn those things now.
Yeah, Absolutely. And so in addition to your book, as a therapist and an author, you bring so many tools to the table, but if people want to get connected with you and get you involved, what's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. Please reach out to our website. It's www.positivedevelopmentllc.com, and we would love to answer any questions you have and connect with you.
Your energy is immaculate. I am very excited for students and parents and teachers who get to work with you because you get it. Thank you. You get it. Get an Erica in your life. Now, when we come back, we're going to have your weekend right after this Weather Snap Talk brought to you by Paramount Builders. Thank you.